The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book explores how human behavior and psychology shape our financial decisions and ultimately impact our success or failure with money. The book doesn't focus heavily on technical investment strategies or formulas, but instead delves into the emotional and cognitive factors that influence how we think about and manage money. The overarching theme is that wealth isn't just about knowledge or intellect. It's primarily about behavior. Here's a 1,000-word summary of the book's core lessons and insights. Introduction. The nature of money and behavior. Morgan Housel begins by pointing out that personal finance is less about what you know and more about how you behave. People often assume that successful money management is solely driven by education, intelligence, or advanced financial models. However, Housel argues that behavior trumps these factors. Even highly educated or financially knowledgeable people can make poor financial decisions if they don't understand their emotions and biases. Conversely, people with modest knowledge but strong financial habits can achieve significant success. Chapter 1. No one's crazy. Housel makes the case that people's financial decisions make sense to them, even if they seem irrational to others. Everyone's approach to money is shaped by their personal experiences, and those experiences vary widely. For instance, someone who grew up during a period of economic hardship may be overly cautious, while someone who came of age during a market boom might take excessive risks. There is no universal financial experience, so understanding why people make certain decisions requires empathy and awareness of their individual context. Chapter 2. Luck and risk. Housel emphasizes that luck and risk play a huge role in financial outcomes, but they are often misunderstood or ignored. He uses examples like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett to illustrate how their extraordinary success involved both hard work and a significant amount of luck. Conversely, many financially unsuccessful people may have made all the right moves but still encountered bad luck or unexpected risks. The key is to respect the role of luck in success and avoid attributing everything to personal skill. Similarly, recognizing the inevitability of risk in any financial endeavor is essential for avoiding overconfidence and hubris. Chapter 3. Never enough. One of the most important lessons in the book is learning when enough is enough. Many people who achieve great financial success still feel driven to accumulate more, which often leads to greed and unnecessary risks. Housel uses stories of individuals who reached great heights only to lose everything because they couldn't recognize when to stop. Understanding your own financial goals and knowing when to step back is critical to long-term stability and happiness. Chasing more for the sake of more often leads to poor decisions and potential financial ruin. Chapter 4. Confounding compounding. Housel highlights the incredible power of compound interest, which is one of the most fundamental yet underappreciated principles in finance. He shares the example of Warren Buffett, whose fortune is largely due to the fact that he has been investing for an extraordinarily long time. Buffett began investing at a young age and allowed his money to grow over many decades, which allowed compounding to do its magic. The lesson here is that time is one of the most important factors in wealth accumulation. Patience, consistency, and allowing your investments to grow over time are key to financial success. Chapter 5. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. While many people focus on how to get rich, Housel stresses that staying rich requires a different set of skills. He explains that getting wealthy often requires taking calculated risks, while staying wealthy involves managing those risks and avoiding unnecessary ones. Housel emphasizes humility and the importance of not pushing your luck once you've achieved financial success. Protecting your wealth is about practicing restraint, avoiding overconfidence, and accepting that sometimes the best decision is to do nothing rather than chase higher returns. Chapter 6. Tails, you win. Housel introduces the concept of tail events extreme, rare events that have a disproportionate impact on outcomes. He argues that in finance, tail events, both positive and negative, often drive the bulk of results. For example, a small number of investments might account for the majority of a portfolio's growth, just as a few bad decisions can wipe out years of savings. Understanding this concept helps investors focus on the long term and avoid reacting emotionally to short-term market fluctuations. Chapter 7. Freedom. Housel argues that the most valuable financial goal isn't a certain dollar amount, but the ability to control your time and live life on your own terms. Financial freedom provides the flexibility to do what you want, when you want, without being beholden to others. Money is a tool for gaining independence and autonomy, rather than just a scorecard for wealth accumulation. Achieving financial freedom allows people to pursue what truly matters to them. Whether it's spending time with family, working on passion projects, or traveling. Chapter 8. Man in the Car Paradox. The book discusses a common psychological trap. People often spend money on luxury items to impress others, but those same people rarely notice or care. For instance, someone buys an expensive car to be admired, but others are more likely to notice the car itself than to think highly of the owner. Housel explains that spending money to signal wealth often backfires because most people are too focused on their own lives to care. Instead, he suggests prioritizing spending on things that genuinely bring you happiness or improve your quality of life. Chapter 9. Wealth is what you don't see. True wealth, Housel argues, is not the fancy car or big house that others can see, but the money saved, invested, or used to gain financial independence. Many people fall into the trap of equating outward signs of wealth with financial success, but this often leads to overspending and living beyond one's means. Real wealth is invisible. It's the security of having savings, investments, and the ability to weather financial storms. By focusing on building this kind of hidden wealth, people can achieve long-term financial stability. Chapter 10. Save like a pessimist, invest like an optimist. Housel advocates for a balanced approach to saving and investing. On one hand, you should save like a pessimist, preparing for the unexpected and recognizing that things can go wrong. On the other hand, you should invest like an optimist, trusting that over the long run, markets tend to rise and wealth will grow. This dual mindset helps protect against financial risks while still taking advantage of growth opportunities. Chapter 11. The Seduction of Pessimism. Pessimism often sounds smarter than optimism, and people are naturally drawn to pessimistic predictions because they seem more cautious and rational. However, Housel warns that excessive pessimism can lead to missed opportunities and inaction. While it's important to recognize risks, it's equally important to stay optimistic about the future. Over time, human progress and innovation tend to drive economic growth, so believing in the future is essential for successful investing. Conclusion. Humility and adaptability. Housel concludes by encouraging readers to approach money with humility. The future is unpredictable, and the best-laid plans can be disrupted by unforeseen events. Financial success isn't about having all the answers. It's about being adaptable, patient, and aware of your own psychological tendencies. By understanding that money management is as much about behavior as it is about knowledge, individuals can make better, more informed decisions that lead to long-term financial success. Final takeaways. Behavior matters more than financial knowledge in achieving wealth. Recognize the role of luck and risk in financial outcomes. Patience, consistency, and the power of compounding are key to long-term success. True wealth is about freedom and control over your time. Avoid the traps of greed, overconfidence, and unnecessary risk. Save cautiously, but invest with long-term optimism. Housel's book is a guide to understanding the psychology behind financial decisions, emphasizing that long-term success is less about knowledge and more about behavior, patience, and emotional discipline.